Hi everyone, this is Andrew Majesty. I'm coming to you from Rosemary Beach, Florida. I'm on vacation this weekend with my family, but I'm going to answer Module 2 here. So let's get to it. So today I'm going to be talking about monitoring evaluation. Essentially, monitoring evaluation is an evaluation process that is done on already existing programs. These programs may have been in existence for a while or may have just recently started but have enough information to gather about them to be able to do a monitoring evaluation. In this type of evaluation, we're looking at essentially the progress of a particular program and whether or not it meets organizational goals and institutional goals. With a monitoring evaluation, there are usually frequent monitoring visits associated with each time someone goes and visits a particular program. In a monitoring visit, oftentimes data is collected or particular metrics are tracked over a period of time, and these are used as benchmarks to decide whether or not a program is effective or not, and what the overall progress of the particular program is. In monitoring evaluation, it does take into account also not only the quantitative data, it also takes into the qualitative data, in that it looks at particularly the experiences of maybe a particular site associated with a program. Some questions that are often asked in monitoring evaluation is the program meeting the target population? Are they meeting the participants? Are they meeting the patients? Are they meeting the individual's needs for this program? The second question that often gets asked for monitoring evaluation is whether or not they are implementing the program across different sites in a timely manner, and is each site meeting particular benchmarks, and is the implementation process efficient and effective, or what other ways can the program be more efficient and more effective. And then lastly, it also evaluates cost analysis of whether or not the program is generating revenue, if that's what it's designed to do, or if it's cost effective and efficient as well. And so there are three, I'm going to have to reference some notes, evaluation forms associated with a monitoring evaluation. The first one is a component analysis. This is a systematic analysis at a large scale program and involves assessing whether or not the program aligns with the organizational goals. The second is a devolved performance assessment. This involves the development of systems by which entities within the program are reporting their progress. And the last one is a systems analysis, which involves establishing procedures by which central management utilizes common evaluation procedures. So this would be essentially the same evaluation tool is administered at each site, so that some sites aren't perceived to have favor over another one, and each one is being assessed correctly. So one particular program that I work in that I think would benefit from monitoring evaluation is our Telemind program. And I referenced this briefly in Module 1. Our Telemind program is a collaboration between the Mind Center and the Department of Telehealth Services at UMC, and we provide memory screenings and dementia evaluations to patients across the state via telehealth. We currently have 4 active locations. We have one location in Greenwood, one in Lexington, one in Grenada, and one in Mountain Bayou. And so being that there are 4 different sites, I do believe that utilizing monitoring evaluation would be a good thing, because we would want to make sure that the care that is delivered across all 4 sites is the same. We want to make sure that we're reaching our patients. We want to make sure that the program is efficient and effective. And so one of the ways that we do this is we make sure that all of our nurses are trained at each facility. And they're trained by either myself or another nurse who's also our Chief of Operations, Denise Lafferty. And so we provide all the training to our telehealth nurses that work at these, or we call them originating sites. And so by doing monitoring evaluations, we can evaluate whether or not care is being administered across, the same care is being delivered across all 4 sites. I would recommend utilizing the systems analysis because we are looking at 4 different programs, and we need to be evaluating them the same. However, later on in the chapter, it does talk about other forms of evaluation, and it does take into account both state-focused timing, assembly of evidence. And in that, I like kind of extrapolating both the state and the timing, because our programs are being rolled out at different times. Some programs have been established for a long time through our Telemind programs, and others have not. In addition, timing as well, because timing represents the relationship between evaluation and program delivery. And so we want to make sure that we're doing our evaluation soon after a patient has a Telemind visit. Otherwise, perhaps there might be a perceived difference in what the provider felt that the care that they delivered versus what was actually delivered. So there might be able to be a little bit more of a critical appraisal of oneself without a space between that time. I'm currently working on collecting with a structured tool. I guess it could be considered a systems analysis tool. It's a Telemind survey, and the survey is for caregivers, patients, providers, and the nurses working. And it's an evaluation of how efficient is the technology that they're using. And so this kind of answers one of those questions: how can we make the program more efficient? Well, if we're experiencing issues with the technology that is critical to be able to utilize for our program, then that's going to be a burden, and that needs to be addressed, and that needs to be evaluated and frequently evaluated, because technology is growing and it's never stagnant, or hasn't been. And so as we implement new technology strategies in our Telemind program, we're going to need to evaluate them throughout the process. So I hope this answers the question to Module 2, and I hope you all have a great week. All right, bye-bye.